Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Anybody that's just joining in for the first time, I hope you enjoyed the first video that you're going to be watching of mine. We are going to be doing the brand new season of iRacing, Season 4 2020, where we've got a couple of brand new content specifically for endurance racing. The GTE class has got the Corvette C8R, but for the DP class and also for the LMP2 class for IMSA, we have got the Dallara P217, which is what you see right in front of you on the screen right now, which we are about to race. So the first race of the IMSA series for week 1 of season 4 2020 is at Monza. So it's always been a great track for a lot of multi-class racing, F1 racing of course. We did do this previously on the GT3 class of the IMSA series last season. This season we're going to be concentrating on the brand new LMP2 car for the DP class in IMSA, and also the LMP2 class in the IMSA series. So that is mostly what we're going to be concentrating on, and I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you do like the video, don't forget to click the like button, and also give a subscribe if you do want to carry on watching more videos. I don't just do iRacing, although iRacing is my biggest thing in the channel. I also do Dead by Daylight, and I also do Among Us as well. That is just a couple of little things I am doing, where I am also going to be looking at doing some beta testing for another game, which I will be going over in another video in the next couple of weeks. But for now, let's get onto the track. As you can see, we're about to start getting off. I hope you enjoy. Alright, okay, so our very first official race in the brand new Dallara LMP2 car. This is week 1 of season 4 2020, a brand new season. We're in the DP class. I'm not sure what split this is. We've only got the DPs, otherwise it's known now as the LMP2 cars, and we've also got a handful of GTE cars. We don't have any GT3 cars, and they tend to be a little bit more higher up, because most of the people that would have been driving the set of GTE and GT3 cars are driving the LMP2 car at the moment to give it a go. Of course, that's what we're doing, and we're setting out to actually be doing this solely throughout the whole of this season. So it's actually quite a healthy field mix of the two different classes that we have got. So of course we've got to be a little bit aware of traffic when we come up to the GTE traffic. It should be a lot easier to pass them compared to what it was before. So strength of the field is 2.1k as we do get off. We're the number 114 car, which we are actually one of the last LMP2 cars in this split. So I think if we had a very good second lap, I think we could have had a chance at pole. But I did make up my second lap, but my first lap was very good anyway. So track temperature also is 34 degrees Celsius. So we haven't got too long of a gap before we get to the start finish line. Normally IMSA races are 45 minutes, but this particular race is an hour long, so it's the same length as ILMS. To get used to this type of car and knowing its limits, and to go an hour long in its first ever taste of a proper official race, is going to be a little bit more difficult, because we don't know what limits it has. I think the guy that's starting P2 needs to catch up a bit, because technically we will not get a stop on hold penalty. There we go. Okay, he's off.
Okay, Al, nice and neat. Stay out of trouble.
And away we go. Season 4 2020 is a go.
Incident in Curva Grande. It looks like Rivera.
Very lucky not to get a 1x there, actually. We must have been going just about slow enough to not get a 1x there. We didn't get collected in any way from anybody, but we have lost a couple of places. God, I believe the starting P2 near enough lost it in the first chicane.
Right side, clear right.
There's an incident in.
So he broke a little bit earlier than I thought he was going to. trying to brake as hard as I could without looking at the front brakes. That was just completely unavoidable, but entirely my fault on that one. Like, the braking distance of these cars is quite small, especially across these type of tracks. Oh, there goes somebody else straight on of a Ascari. It can be quite scary. An apology for the language that's shown up above. It's obviously not happy.
On your left.
But brand new season, brand new car. It's not going to be the easiest. But what you can do is just apologise and just move on.
Car right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear to the right.
That was very racy.
Left side. Still there.
But some guys are extremely racy.
Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear on the left. Well done, Al. Nice move, mate.
Just keep her cool. Don't forget, this is a very long race. And a track like Monza, you don't want to get damaged early on. And it's quite easy to do that in these cars. Especially as they are quite fragile, as we found out during a couple of videos that well, the first video that I originally intended to do, we did get damaged. The second time around was the video that you saw earlier, obviously early in the week.
How much more room do you need?
Keep it within
And a
the
little
track
bit
limits.
wide.
Car right. Clear right. Car left. Still there.
And I recognise the paintwork there as well.
Just done a 137.18.
No wonder why he's extremely racy against me.
Car right. Keep it steady. Hold your line. Clear to the right. Car right. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
There we go.
Good move, mate.
Got to show him who's boss. Like, if I can just half him into the guard behind me and then just settle on my own pace, I think that's got to be the plan.
Okay, Al. Hold your
But
line.
we've got
Just
to make
keep
sure
it
that we
steady,
don't
no
do that
mistakes.
ourselves.
Car left.
I'm not actually sure why I'm blocking the inside here, actually. I should probably
Clear
just
to
let
the
him...
left.
Whoa! You got me on the braking zone. Yeah, I shouldn't have been blocking the inside.
Bad luck, mate.
Not sure why. Me trying to hold the position is not going to work.
Fastest lap for Rivera, 137.09.
Especially when we get this huge amount of speed.
39.00.
Car right. Still there. Clear right.
Like, I'd rather be behind on this straight, to be honest. We've shown Jarrett already that we are fastening him through this little section because we're behind him. I think what we can do, this is the kind of plan that we can do. The one thing I've noticed with these cars, it doesn't have engine modes. So you can't set up the engine modes, so that way you're saving more fuel than somebody else ahead of you because you're
You know
slipstreaming.
better than that.
So you've got to manually try and sort out how much throttle input you're putting in behind another car. So the plan could be that if we just sit behind Jarrett, allow him to do the work, and then we'll get ahead of him in the pits. That is a genuine strategy that we could pull off. But what we've got to do with that is make sure that that specifically Stefano behind us does not catch up.
Head is now 0.9.
Because he's shown he's got pace, he's already gained 13 positions, and we're not even 15 minutes into this race yet.
Fastest lap for Rivera, 136.64.
And I know our pace overall is better than this as well anyway. I can lap 136s in similar track temperature. So we're lapping 138s behind another pattern with another car. So we'll just settle down for now and just try and keep to our own pace. We're not going to just try and play catch up to Jarrett. Because you don't really need to. It's a little bit hot into the second Lesma, I think. So we're keeping to a very similar pace to Jarrett, which is good.
Okay, Al, you're really leading. The gap is now 0.5. We'll need to pit for refueling 35 minutes into the race.
I feel Jarrett's trying a little too hard just to try and keep this gap, which is fine for me. Let him use his tyres now. We'll use our tyres towards the end. We're all coming up to some traffic, and he's shut out. Oh, there we go.
You're coming up on a slower car.
He got in.
Good pass, well done.
He's losing his own battle.
On your left, clear to the left.
That was actually a very easy pass because of the way that Jarrett took the second Ascari. It was like as if he was trying to beat the GTE car to the corner. That was never going to happen.
Well done, Al. This is terrific. Exactly what we came here for. P4.
Another one to report and back. Guy before bed.
Don't let this guy intimidate you.
Yeah, so Stefano's now caught up to us.
And now we can do it. If you want to go, just like some people, man. You have who are waiting quite big, so I don't know why you're fighting at first one.
Oh, Stefano almost lost it on the exit there. You can probably see in the mirror. He just spun the rear tyres and the traction control kicked in. Okay, let's see if we can try and build a little bit of a gap. Like, I'm not going to try too hard and try and force it. Because we don't know how the race is going to go. And we might not necessarily know how long these tyres last. Because don't forget, this is an updated model of the tyres as well. So, and the tyres have never gone an hour long yet. I've never driven it as long as an hour. So I don't know what to expect with these tyres. They could really fall off. It could be a very slow fall off. We don't know that. And so right now for me, it's about learning the car. And it's also learning about the new tyre model. And it's knowing how hard we can actually push this car when going through traffic. I've done a little bit of that already in practice against UTEs, and it actually does seem a lot healthier trying to pass slower traffic compared to the DP, which is what this car's boost assessed over, as well as HPD.
Car right. Still there. Clear to the right.
Nice.
Okay, so we're catching up to another couple more GCE cars. Should be able to pass the first one before the Scary.
Right side. Clear right.
Alright, Al, don't let this guy distract you. There's a group of slower cars ahead.
Yeah, this is the whole field, pretty much. It's not even 15 minutes. Oh, a little bit wide going through Parabolica. Whoa! That was all because I was offline.
Still there. Still there. Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
P5. Okay, stay with him. Slower class car ahead.
Left side. Hold your line. Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
Just locked up a little bit. But that's actually allowed us to get far away from Jarrett.
Right side. Clear right.
Now these cars are so much fun to drive. They can be hard, but it's definitely a lot of fun to drive. It's a matter of learning how to control these things.
Approaching a group of slower cars.
Jarrett has actually caught up to us already.
Car right. Clear right. On your right. Clear right. You're clear. Left side. Clear left.
Bad look out. Come on, don't let him get away. You're reeling Lee in. The gap is 0.20. You're all over the place. Come on, man, get your head back together.
On your left. Keep it steady. Clear on the left. Left side. He's still there.
Slower class car ahead.
Clear left.
That lap was at
Wow.
140.24.
Wow, Jarrett, really? You can see the traffic ahead.
Left side. Hold your line. Clear left. On your left. Clear left.
But we've got a lot of damage to the rear end of the car now because of that. Just very poor observation from Jarrett there.
These guys are fighting for position.
You are good. Can you just let me pass?
On your left. Clear left.
Yeah, our pace doesn't seem to be too bad overall.
On your left, clear left.
I don't think we've lost any speed.
Don't be distracted, defend your position.
Right side,
Coming up on a
And
slower
our
class
steering
car.
straight, which is
clear
good.
right, you're clear.
I was thinking that was actually going to be a DNF at that point, really, to be honest.
See trash.
Yeah, why you are question marks and what do
Both lost a handful of places,
Eighth
though,
place.
because of that. But we're still going to go in iRacing, which is a good
Okay,
thing.
you crossed me,
Left side,
by the way.
clear left.
Well, the car snagged around a little bit then. Well, I'm not sure how bad the damage is going to be altogether.
Incident in Plasma 1.
I just kidding. You are so funny. Yeah, man, I don't need to be
On your right, clear to the right.
I think I've passed all the GTE cars already.
Yeah, coming up on a slower class car. You're pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now 4.8 seconds.
Well, he just sort of like just smashed me completely mid-corner.
Far left.
I wonder if he just never expected me
Use
to...
half your fuel. You're really
like,
now
brake a
later.
little bit more?
The gap's now 4.7.
Okay, that was a bit too fast into Parabotica.
I really, really love you. Thanks for the patience right there.
Let's just try and concentrate for now. Like, we're faster than the two ahead of us. We're faster than Jarrett and
Last lap
Diogo.
was at 138.25.
I think it's more because they're passing traffic and they're battling each other a bit hard. So if we can use that to our advantage, then we'll probably be alright. We've just got to keep our head down. The car's definitely damaged 100%. Because we have lost some overall top end speed, which is not something you really want around Monza. But then Jarrett's going to have the same issue as us. We're not inside the pit window yet either, which is another slight issue. We can't pit in early if we wanted to right this second.
That lap time was 138.47.
We were a bit down on pace on that last lap. It's probably going to be a figure now for the rest of the race that we are just going to be slower overall.
There's an incident in Plasma 2. Looks like it's Foster.
Don't know where that is, he's just there. So we gained a place off of that. No, try not to spin. Oh wow. Let's close that down.
Okay, Al, we just cut the track.
The annoying thing when the computer decides to tell you you're low on memory.
Car right.
But go away, I'm in the middle of a
Clear to
race
the
right
right.
now.
Come on, don't let him get away. Slow car ahead. This guy's their class leader.
Left side. Still there. Still there. Clear left.
E7.
Car right. Clear. Clear to the right. Car left. Clear to the left.
Bit dangerous from Harry, but very good move from him to do that.
Right side.
Because he pretty much boxed
Clear
me
right.
in. It could have been a bit hairy though. Because I had nowhere to go and there's a GTE in front of me. I could have ploughed into the back of him. And that would have been the GTE race leader.
Gap to Foster in front is now 1.2.
But there is already a couple of incidents we've had this race in the first 20 minutes that we are going to be having a look at after this race. Just too hot into the turn. Boy, the front tires are starting to go a little bit.
P8, come on, no more mistakes. Concentrate.
I don't doubt for a minute that part of the reason why we're down the pace is due to the damage that we did get from the incident with Jarrett and having into the back of us on the first chicane. But then another part of it is also me just making these silly little errors that typically I wouldn't make. Like I think really I should be, like I need to tell myself a little bit more frequently. It's okay to be slower at the moment. I am going to be like that for the rest of the race. But this lap in particular is actually fine.
To Foster, ahead is now 1.0 seconds. I think P4's gone off in Curva Grande. Okay, Al, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Okay, so there isn't that big of a pit stop window. Which is similar to the DP. Normally it'll be the DPs pitted just a little bit earlier than the GT3 class. There you go, now the pit window, I've just been told by my caps that it is now just opened. Now, we are behind another car, don't want to lose this toe. So my aim is to try and keep up with him, although I don't think that's necessarily possible. But I am going to be trying my best to do so, within the limits of the car. So it seems like it was Stefano that had the little incident of apparently going down on the last lap. Just need to keep this pace up. This pace is actually pretty decent. Now we're in the draft of Harry. We can actually set some pretty decent laps now.
The gap to Foster in front is now 0.7. Slower class car ahead.
Okay, the pit stops have now started. Stefano's in the pits. He was P5.
P7, that was 137.41. There's an incident in Curva Grande. Yellow flag, watch out.
Whoa! It went a little bit too high, did Austin. He had to go onto the grass to miss me. But little tall tale, a couple of seasons ago, that was the whole reason why I stopped iRacing for a little while. Was because of an incident into turn 1 at this track. That was the whole reason for my long periods of break over the past couple of seasons. That was one of the few races that I've done over the past couple of seasons which I actually decided not to record.
The track temp's increasing, it's now 36 Celsius.
I'll be honest, it was one of the very few times where I did actually go on a proper rant. And I'm not proud of it. But when you guys know I'm normally pretty cool under a lot of things. And it's shown in this race so far, even in races like this, even in the heat of the moment, even I do get into a bit of a rant, get into a bit of a rage.
Keep coming, P5, you've just done a 138.
Far right. Still there. Clear right.
Okay, Al, we're halfway home. We think about 5 minutes of fuel left.
Left side. Keep it steady. Clear on the
Oh,
left.
left that door open for me. Like a treat.
Well done, fella.
Right, I think I'm going to box this lap. Might be a little early, but we have got some traffic coming up. And I'd rather box now than be held up by
Make them work for it.
a
That's
group of
5 minutes of
cars
fuel left.
that have yet to pit. So I will be boxing this lap. 14 car pitting.
You're coming up on a slower car. We'll fuel you to the end of the race.
Right. Let's make sure that it's turned off. Good. Don't burn any tyres, of course. So a bit going. Okay, let's see how bad the damage is. Optional repairs are 0.1. Wow, okay. That's a lot of fuel going into this car as well. Bear in mind, we've only just passed the halfway point of this race.
Are you fucking serious?
The exit's clear. Don't cross the white line.
There you go. Let's see if we can. We're actually going to beat him out of the pits. As long as we don't mark up the first chicane.
The leader, Rivera, is pitting.
Okay, so the leader of our class is now in the pits. And so is P2. There is a chance that we may have pitted in at just the right time. Harry's now in the pits. We are battling out on track. Wide into a Ascari. Let's not do that now. There's a lengthy pit stop though.
Almeida is getting closer. The gap's come down to 0.8.
Now Diogo should be faster than us.
P9.
We're easily ahead of Harry there. Is it me? Or have I maybe put in a little bit too less fuel? Or have I just saved a lot of fuel maybe? I was behind cars for a good amount of this race. But Harry could have been given a stop and hold for speeding in the pit lane and pit entry. He's still in the pits actually. So I'm wondering if that is the case.
The leader, Lee, is pitting.
There's a Jarrett's now in the pits. There's no way we're going to be able to catch him now, really, to be honest, so... My car was damaged earlier on. A 0.1 of optionals. For a car that was actually rammed in the rear. It's either we didn't really take any damage, as I thought we did, or a good amount of the damage that we have actually got is just not repairable.
Rivera is now leading. Alright, Al, don't let this guy distract you. B6, the lap time was at 1:38.06.
Oh, Diogo just missed the first chicane.
Accident in Cova Grande. You think it might be Almeida?
Wonder if he's trying too hard, trying to keep up with us. And he's now going to lose a lot of time.
Coming up on a slower class car.
On your left. Clear left.
It's a little bit unfortunate we caught the wires in the middle of the Lesmos. It's really an area where you don't want to be catching the car. But the Ascari is probably the worst area. Because you've got to wait for the GTE car to go through the entire section.
1.3.
It's just not an area you can overtake.
There, you're gonna be flat more than dummy people ever. No patience at all.
Clear left. Left side. Clear left.
The stewards have warned us for cutting the track.
Well, it's giving me another 1x because we've made contact into us.
Slower class car ahead.
I gave him plenty of indication that was what I was going to do.
Right side. Clear right.
But maybe I turned in a little bit late. Okay, we are actually now slowly becoming one of the fastest cars on track, it seems like. But we'll see what Jarrett's lap times are like now that the pit stop phase is over.
Slower class car ahead.
On your left. Clear left.
So we're a little bit down on that because we're overtaking over cars. But overall, I don't think our pace is that bad. Just got to stop with these mistakes. Okay, so everybody has now made their stop. So it's now just up to everyone to just try and push as hard as they can to the end now.
Okay, Al, relax, focus, keep it smooth. There's 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes.
But we have got Diogo behind us, keeping us honest. Just got to make sure that we're keeping a pace.
The gap to Almeida.
Just to
behind
keep
us
him
now,
not too close, but in a way that we're not pushing the car too much.
There's a car leaving the pit lane. Coming up on a slower class car.
No, this isn't good.
Right side. Clear right.
We had to do that, otherwise Diogo was going to pass us. Not the sort of thing I would like to do. They had to be done. But right now we are in a bit of a race with Diogo, and he has lost a lot of time.
Fading in.
Yellow flag.
He's way off. Don't rejoin. A bit clumsy from that GTE, I think. The workout was coming. Understand you're doing a race there, buddy, but
Slower class car ahead.
don't rejoin the track onto oncoming traffic and ruin it for others.
On your left. Clear
It's
left.
surprising as to how late you can brake these cars.
Heads up.
Okay, well, these cars can actually brake far later than GTEs.
That lap time was 1:40.18. Sector 1 is 1.5 off the pace. Incident in Lesmo 1, B6.
A little bit too hot. The track temperature currently now is 36 degrees Celsius, so that's come up a fair amount. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon sim time. As I said, this is the point in the day.
Gap to Almeida behind
So
now,
it is
2.3
going
seconds.
to be around about its hottest. So left times aren't going to fall
Slower
off a
class
little
car
bit.
ahead.
Far right. Clear right.
Coming up to 15 minutes to go. It's only a quarter of the race to go, pretty much. Our incident points isn't really looking exactly healthy. Well, we did get a 4x on the first lap. We got a 4x to Jarrett. We got 1x because of a little pop-up came up to say to me, your memory's a bit low. Would you like to come and fix it? Not right now, I'm in a race. There was another 1x. It was because of the lap GTE car came into us at Parabotica and then went off track.
Okay, Al, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
Can't quite remember off the top of my head what the additional 1x was. It might have been like a minor off track somewhere. Can't quite remember off the top of my head.
That was at 1:38.83. Slower class car ahead.
On your left. Clear left.
Thank you. There's obviously no racing with anybody, it seems. Now there is a chance that we could catch up to the guy ahead of us, Valentine. He's made some mistakes over the past several laps. He's fast, we can tell that, by the delta times over the past few laps. By his last lap, he was 3 seconds slower. as we make a mistake again into the second les mode. Don't want to be doing that too much, because if I can have a chance of getting a top 5, that would be a great result considering what has happened during this race.
The gap to Almeida behind is now 1.7 seconds.
Bear in mind, we've also got to be considerate. We have got somebody behind us that is just as fast as us, if not maybe a bit more faster than us. And he has been slowly catching back up.
There's an incident in Cova Grande. You've just done a 138.76.
We've got some more lapped GTE cars of ours just up ahead. This late into the race, it could be a little more problematic, because now they know who they're fighting with. Like at the start of a race, you're not really too bothered. All you're looking to do is survive, really. And where actually ourselves, we're lucky to do that.
On a slower car.
Left side, clear left.
The lap times are improving. This is exactly what we need.
Okay, so that was a 37 on that last lap, so that's good. And we didn't have any draft either. We're actually faster than anybody else on that last lap. Diogo, I'm not sure what's happened to Diogo, but he's fallen way off.
There's an incident in Lesmo 1.
Clear to the right.
Yellow flag, caution.
Oh no, that's not good. They've got a little bit of damage on the under tray. That's going to really affect our aerodynamic performance.
Alright, Al, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Left side, clear to the left.
The gap to Almeida behind is now 5.3.
Okay, so 10 minutes left.
Slower class car.
Yeah, I think we have ruined the performance a little bit on the under tray because of going over the curb to where we have done. But that's something to learn about. This car, just do not do it, otherwise it will severely affect you.
Clear right.
So look at how much time we've lost already on this lap. We've already lost a second. See the tire mod from us locking up. V6. I do not believe we're going to be able to keep even V6 now because of that damage. It must be quite severe. Not sure exactly what's going on, but this is obviously some pretty extreme damage.
Your last lap time was at 1:14.
We're only doing 140s now.
Gap to Almeida behind is now 3.8.
Let's did it again then.
Thanks for that dumb rejoin.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. You've just done at
But
139.36.
despite the undertrade damage, we've gone faster than the guy behind us on the last lap. So I'm wondering if maybe he's trying too hard.
There's an incident in Curva Grande. It looks like Powell.
Don't have it. Wish the
I'm a little patient, Jerry.
you would have lost that time.
Trying to catch
Stay
out.
between the lines. These out coming up on a slower class car.
You were going to catch me way later than usual. In LSP2. You're not going to catch P3 anyway, so what's the point?
Right side, clear right.
Thanks for costing me time, you killed an LSP.
Don't swerve and brake in the
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
I didn't swerve. I see what you were going to do. I locked the brakes up. Because you're so entitled for that corner, even though you're really catch, you caught me right under that bridge. Next time I'm not lifting for it. You need to be taught a lesson. All of the other people probably need to be taught a lesson.
On your left. Clear left.
It's going to cost you a race too if you're going to be dumb like that.
There's plenty of room for me to get past.
LMP2 jump, pass clean, and no wind to pass.
Alright, settle down, settle down.
I'll be honest, I would probably say a few things, but I know it's just going to escalate even further. First of all, so you guys know me quite well. You know, I'm not the frontal type of person unless I feel there is a genuine need to do so, and you know, that type of thing is just needed. Now there's a couple of things that would, like, I would probably say,
Coming up on a slower class car.
but he'll just make things worse.
Left side. Clear to the left. Right side. Clear right.
Yeah, Diego has caught up to us a bit over the
You've just
first few laps.
129.73.
2 seconds behind. There should only be 2 more laps to go, I believe. And he's stuck behind somebody going through their first chicane, which is a bit of a big thing actually, it's a big deal.
On your right. Clear right.
Coming up on a slower car.
Car left. Clear left.
We
That's
could
2
have
minutes left,
overtaken
2 minutes.
Christian that second Lesmo, but I think I'd rather play it safe. We'll probably be doing another 2 more laps after this lap. So I don't want to do anything too drastic right at the end.
Left side. Clear to the left.
Okay, 1.5 seconds behind now. So it's caught
Okay,
up to us a little bit again this lap, but not as fast.
Slower class car ahead.
This guy's P2, but he's got damaged rear wing. So we're passing here.
Left side. Clear left.
Okay, that's good for me. Well, it's not the best I could hope for, but it'll do.
On your left. Clear left.
Yeah, he's going to be on my backside for the final lap. But to keep things mature.
1 more lap to go. That lap time was 1:40.34. Very little fuel left.
He's going to more than likely make an easy overtake into the second chicane. We are going to have to defend it.
I think P5 has binned it in. Lesmo 1.
Right side. Hold your line. Clear right.
Yeah, there's just nothing we can do about it.
Oh, Al. Come on, mate. Defend your position.
Right side. Clear right.
Although,
Car
he wants
left.
to somehow stick it around the outside.
Hold your line. He's still there. Hold your line. Clear to the left. Right side. Still there. Clear right. You're clear.
Push now, we can catch this guy. Lee is now in the lead.
Yeah, that's good from Diogo. Couldn't really keep him
Just 2
behind.
minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
That's a P7 finish. I think that was probably a good result though, considering everything that happened during the race.
7th position. Okay, it's over.
It's a little bit disappointing, really. We could have actually have had a easy top 5 in that race if it wasn't for the under trade damage that we got towards the end. I have to have a look at the car and see what the damage is like. But a good race, all in all.
Good race.
So what we'll do first of all, we'll show you the the first half of the opening lap, because this is pretty much a lot happened during the first lap. So coming to turn 1, I see this guy, the number 5 car, almost spins around, but he manages to hold it. Because of where I am, I've had to go all the way to the outside, which has caused me to lose a few positions. So I'm behind the 6 car just ahead of us. I'm not sure if he brakes a little bit early, if I brake a little bit late. I think he broke a little bit late. I got to the inside. He has no option but to turn in at that point, and I just happened to be there. Well, have a look at that again on my onboard and his onboard, because it's interesting to see what was going on between the two of us. So I'm just following his draft. My initial thing was to just follow him through the chicane. I'm nowhere near. And you can see, you can hear I've locked up. So I'm not sure if I was pushing too hard or if he's broke too early. Let's have a look at Andres's on board, because it's interesting to see. Obviously you can see at the moment it looks like as if the brake lights are on. They're not. That's just the LED. That is, so you'll know when it breaks because it will shine brighter. That's enough. That's one of the few things with these brand new cars. So you just pay attention to these lights. We'll slow it down a little bit. Probably a bit too early actually. So I normally brake at this border here. Yeah, he's braked very early. Yes, I normally brake at this point here where he goes to orange from like a normal silver barrier. I brake at that point. He's braked very early. He has. Obviously his first lap, so he's probably a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous about braking at the normal braking point, possibly. But I've not really read that he's going to do such a thing. So you can see here, he's started turning into me. I'm already there right on his corner panel. And unfortunately, I've just turned him round. I have, so it is unfortunate. It is from how I look at it. He's probably a little bit frustrated because he has qualified quite highly, as you can probably tell. He qualified P8. There was a total of 19 LMP2 cars, by the way. And let's see what happens here. Oh, and he's had somebody else just randomly collect him. That, to be honest, is nothing to do with me. Really, to be honest, that's just wrong place, wrong time. Really, to be honest. So, you know, like the initial thing is, like I would say from the lap 1 incident, yes, it's 100% my fault. You know, like I've gone to the inside. Like I think maybe if I just like let off the brake a little bit more, and if I broke a little bit late for the corner, then like I just go across, just cut the chicane, take the slow down. You know, but that's just a learning point. You know, like my view of it is like we're here to race. We are, so like, you know, I'm trying to gain positions as well as he is, you know, but that's 100% my mistake on that one. Okay, so first race of the season, of season 4 2020, is now in the bag. Obviously, with the incident that we had, I would say like I'm actually reasonably happy with a P7 finish. We did get overtaken on the last lap. Not really too much we can do with a damaged car. But overall, I'd say I'm happy considering what had happened. If we have a look at the splits, big surprise. 10 splits. 10 splits all in all. we were split 6 of the 10. So considering when we started this race, we was near 2.1k, was just on 2k. Obviously the change in no longer having the Daytona prototype, now having a single class. It's now the Dallara P217 class, otherwise known as the DP class. So the DP name is still there. We didn't have any GT3s, we only had GTEs. I believe the name has been changed on that as well, actually. I could be wrong. But anyway, on to the important stuff. We finished P7, 35.5 seconds behind the overall winner, Kevin Rivera. Congratulations to him. He also got the fastest lap at 1:36.6, which is pretty damn quick, if I say so myself. Our fastest lap was a 1:37.4. He did his fastest lap on lap 4. We did ours on lap 17, when we was actually following somebody else. We gained plus 32 iRacing, so back up to 2.1. So let's hope we can keep that up during the week ahead. And we do lose some safety rating, which is going to be obvious. We did get a couple of 4Xs. One of them 100% our fault, as I've said earlier on in the video. But the other one, I'm not so sure. Unfortunately, for some reason, I could not collect the replay of the second instance. So I do apologise that I couldn't collect that. But if somebody else that was in this race that has collected the race replay overall, if they do want to send it over to me, like if they want to just send me a comment in the description below, down below, I'll be happy to send you an email, so that way I can grab the videos and that way I can have a look at it and maybe go over it in a previous video, in another video later on in the week. So yeah, so we lose 0.27 safety rating, so we're literally on the cusp of going to 3 point on our safety rating, so we would like to try and get that back up a little bit, but our iRacing is looking better and better. So as long as that keeps going up, I guess that's okay, but obviously we know that we want to try and keep this high as well if we can. So that is pretty much the aim. If we can try and keep them both high, that would be great. So a good result all in all for our opening round of the season. Obviously not as good as our opening round from last season, which we did in the Radicals, which is obviously a completely different machine compared to what we're driving with. Obviously, as well as us, everybody is still learning about the car and its capabilities, especially amongst in traffic, which is obviously something that a lot of drivers, not just driving the car, but driving around it, is going to be learning over the next several weeks, especially as we get brand new to this brand new beast. It is quite a handful, as you can tell through this first video. We're obviously going to be doing ILMS, which I'm going to be putting up possibly going into next week, but it's definitely, while it's a handful, a great car to drive. So hopefully we'll be able to get some more better results over the course of the race. Obviously not too much we can do, obviously, when we do get a damaged car, and some of the little incidents that we did have with opposing drivers, but I'm pretty sure in another race that won't happen. So then that way, and hopefully then we'll be able to get further up the field and get into a better position. So let's hope we can do that for next time, because we have got some more racing to do during this week. So for now, I shall see you guys next time.